A lot of people accuse me of picking low-hanging fruit. Listen, I'm short. What am I supposed to do, starve? Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't eat fruit. But if it were true that all of my videos were just low-hanging fruit, I feel like I would have made a lot more videos about Kanye West over the years. In fact, it would appear that I didn't talk about him at all for my first 5 years on YouTube, and in the last 10 years, I've only made 6 public videos about him. And 1 Patreon exclusive. Support the habit at patreon.com/doseofbuckley. I got some great videos coming up about Kai Cenat, Hooters struggling in an age where no one likes tits anymore, and I just posted an update about Nala Ray this week. Anyway, Kanye's had a hell of a 2025 so far, probably enough to make like 3 videos about, and it's only been 2 months. But let's see how much I can cram into one. I'm sorry if I got this a little out of order, but first, he goes on like a 48 or 72-hour Twitter rant. Just pure nonsense that's almost entirely all in caps, and most of it targeting Jewish people. Calling himself a Nazi and saying he loves Hitler, tells people to call him Adolf Hitler, some various ramblings about how Jewish people steal from / use black people, while white people don't fuck with, black individuals, and that all white people are racist. There's about 100 of these, I'm not going through all of them, but he did switch gears to also tweet, "Free Puff," and asked Trump to, "Please free my brother Puff." Not overly surprising from the man who proclaimed Bill Cosby innocent, but when it comes to old Diddy, you'd think a guy with 4 kids would want a pedophile locked up. No, he believes this is part of some bigger conspiracy to lock up, quote, black moguls. No, if it's a conspiracy, it's to lock up a guy who might have treated a 14-year-old Justin Bieber like a bowling ball, and did who knows what disgusting things to who, and with who. Kanye also took a moment to address his wife's attire at the Grammys. Now, if you didn't see this, him and his wife Bianca Censori show up. She's wearing a fur coat, which she takes off to reveal a see-through dress. Everything on full display. Girls charge $10 a month on OnlyFans for a show like this, and she's doing it for free on network TV at like 6 p.m. If you've seen the permanent blank stare in her eyes, you understand that Kanye's been accused of some sort of manipulation, forcing her to do these things. So, he might want to deny those rumors, right? "I have dominion over my wife. This ain't no woke as feminist shit. She's with a billionaire." It should be noted that Forbes says Kanye is only worth $400 million right now. His ex-wife, and mother of those 4 kids I mentioned earlier, Kim Kardashian, she's worth $1.7 billion. Maybe he thinks his dominion still extends to her? Which of course it never did. She was always richer and more influential than he was by the time they started dating. Anyway, he goes on to claim that he don't make her do nothing she doesn't want to, but she definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without my approval. So, he's claiming she did want to be naked, and he gave her permission, not the other way around. She's appeared in various states of undress at all sorts of events, suggesting that he might be humiliating her, or, again, showing his dominion over his wife. We'll talk more about that whole chestnut, 2 chestnuts and a clam, in a moment, but anyway, in one of the only posts that seemingly wasn't in caps, he claims that he's logging out of Twitter, saying that it was very cathartic to use the world as a sounding board, but not before his Super Bowl ad aired.
So what's up, guys? I spent like all the money for the commercial on these new teeth. So once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone. Go to Yeezy.com.
This apparently only aired in Los Angeles, so he didn't pay the $8 million that Fox was charging for ads nationally. So, all of this blathering, all the attention he wanted, must have been to promote his new ugly shoes or a gray sweater that he charges $500 for, right? Well, if you went to Yeezy.com that night, you would have found a single product. A white t-shirt with a swastika on it. In another tweet, he says, "I've wanted to make this t-shirt for years. My greatest performance art piece thus far." I guess he wasn't able to get Candace Owens to model one this time around, same way she did the White Lives Matter one. Candace won't wear Kanye's t-shirts no more. Anyway, A couple days later, Shopify deleted the listing. And this amused the fuck out of me. They claim they didn't delete it because it was a swastika shirt. Like, who are they afraid of upsetting by saying that was the reason? Oh, we don't want to offend Nazis. No, they said, this merchant did not engage in authentic commerce practices and violated our terms, so we removed them from Shopify. Internal messages from Shopify's general counsel said that they felt it was a stunt and not a good faith attempt to make money. They didn't remove him from Shopify because he was selling a Nazi shirt. They removed him from Shopify because they believed he wasn't selling a Nazi shirt, that he had no intention of actually making and distributing the shirts. Hey, if you're here on Shopify, if you're gonna say you're selling a Nazi shirt, you better damn well make Nazi shirts. So, we still haven't gotten to the bottom of why he's doing all this. Usually, he does it to promote something. His terrible clothing line, a new album, or that ridiculous STEM player that he released an exclusive album for, because Kanye didn't hear how poorly the Pono did. Well, in another pile of tweets that have since been deleted, we find out he's got a different scam going. He's trying to put out a meme coin. Much like the Hawk Tua girl before him, he is reportedly trying to enter the crypto space, mentioning his idea for swastikoin. He's such a fucking 12-year-old edgelord, drawing swastikas on everything. You're such a child, you lispy fucking goo-brained idiot. Anyway, it was then reported that he's going to launch a currency called YZY, or Yeezy, which would be the official currency for his merch. Because, keeps getting booted off of platforms. So this would be a way to make sure that if he, say, launches another fake shirt that he isn't actually selling, people can use real money to buy fake computer money to buy the fake t-shirts. He got called out about this by Dave Portnoy of Barstool. If you don't know who or what that is, that's okay, it's not important. And Kanye, adorned in a swastika shirt, made a video replying to it. Or did he? A bunch of people are saying that, in fact, this video is a deepfake or AI, and all the tweets were actually made by someone else who was tweeting from his account. Just so we're all clear on this one, a fake Kanye is launching a fake cryptocurrency to be used to sell fake clothes. We're all clear there? Good. So, let's get back to that wife of his. Is she also his fake wife? Some claims are that their private ceremony was never actually made official with a marriage license. But either way, the tabloids routinely claim that they've split, and then they show up in public like a week later. Last year, a story was going around that his ex-assistant, who's suing him of course, wrote in court documents that Kanye said that he wanted to fuck Bianca's mom while she watched, and that the assistant had seen these texts. I think most normal people would probably want a divorce at that point. But if there is trouble in paradise, he's still trying to keep up the act. In fact, the only two tweets he hasn't deleted as I write this, one is congratulating his wife for a movie that she made. Poster features her naked, of course, so maybe she's just a nudist. And the other says, SZA is top 5 artist right now. So, SZA, gotta feel pretty good about that, especially when we know what 3 of Kanye's other top 5 things are. His blank-faced wife, swastikas, and Diddy. But apparently, we're all supposed to feel bad for him. You know why all this is happening, don't you? Oh no, he's relapsed! You see, Kanye apparently has an addiction to nitrous oxide, aka laughing gas. That galaxy gas shit that they say, oh, we don't sell this for recreational use. It's for whipped cream for chefs and bakers. And, professional chefs all want a Rasta-colored dispenser in their kitchen. Totally normal and not drugs. Apparently he went to get some dental work done and was reacquainted with his old friend Nitrous. And according to tabloid sources, so take this with a grain of salt or a quick huff on the dispenser, he has meltdowns when he comes down from his high, which nitrous highs are like literally fucking seconds, and the shit has turned his brain into soup, to a point where he has a terrible memory, and apparently he can be convinced of anything. So, he huffs so much gas that he's given himself brain damage to the point where he just believes every single thing he reads on Twitter, and then goes on rants about the Jews and to free his pedophile friend from jail. Then, texts his wife to tell her that he wants to fuck her mom. I suppose that's better than believing he's sober or lucid in posting these things, but this has become predictably unpredictable. he'll do this again in a few weeks, months, no doubt sooner than later, and news outlets and YouTube idiots will give him the attention he so desperately craves. In the meantime, you know what, Kanye? Yay? You want to be called Yadolf Hitler? Sure. I mean, I see the comparisons. You and Hitler were both artists who became hate-filled drug addicts when your moms died, and your wives are both almost definitely too afraid to leave, but also think maybe there's a slim chance you'll come out as the winner and they'll benefit from it. The only difference? At least Kanye is only gassing himself. No debate about whether or not it was 6 million. Kanye's fried every brain cell he had left.